Hello students, my name is Mintu Kumar and today we are going to discuss on the topic motion. Motion. Motion is the phenomena of change in the position of an object with respect to time and also with respect to the observer. Let's say this boy throws the ball in the upward direction initially at point A, let t equals to 0 second. At t equals to 1 second, this ball reaches to point B. At t equals to 2 seconds, let's say this ball reaches to point P. Since the position of the ball is continuously changing with respect to time, so we can say that the ball is in motion. Let's see this example. Let this person to be A, this is person B, and this is person C. Person A observes that person B is moving with velocity of 5 miles per hour. Person A also observes that person C is moving with velocity of 25 miles per hour. So according to person A, both person B and person C both are in motion. Let us consider another person D who is sitting inside the car. Now according to person D, person C is at rest. There is no motion between person D and person C. Person A observes that person C is in motion. Also, person D observes that person C is at rest. From this we can conclude that motion is not only related to time but it is also related to observer. Now let us discuss various states of motion. State of motion is broadly classified into two categories: state of rest and state of motion. An object is said to be at rest if it does not changes its position with respect to time. For example, the book is kept on the bed. The book is not going to change its position itself. Here, state of motion. An object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to time. Here the boy is running on the playground. That means the boy is changing its position with respect to time. Similar is the case with this car. Now let us talk about types of motion. First one is translatory motion. In translatory motion, object moves in a straight path. This kind of motion is also known as rectilinear motion. Next is rotational motion. When object moves in a circular path, then it is said to be rotational motion. Here the object may rotate about its own axis. Third is oscillatory motion. This kind of motion is also known as vibrational motion. Here the motion of the object is to and fro motion. That means the object repeats its position after a certain interval of time. For example, let's say the object starts from this position, then again after a certain interval of time it will reach to this position. Now let's talk about distance and displacement. Distance is the total actual path that is covered by the body, whereas displacement is the shortest distance between 2 points. Let's say from point A, a rat starts moving and it moves to point B. Rat followed this path. A cat sees this rat and try to chase it using this path. path followed by the rat is this, and path followed by the cat is this one. Then the path followed by rat is called distance, whereas this path followed by the cat is displacement. Here distance is a scalar quantity, whereas displacement is a vector quantity. That means it depends on direction. Let's see this example. Let's say from point A to point B, object moves from point A to B, which is 100 meter, and from point B to point C, this is again 100 meter. Now the distance, total distance travel is 200 meter, and displacement in this case is again 200 meter. Now let's say object starts from point A, reaches to point B, and then it changes its direction and reaches to point C. Both are, let's say this A to B is 100 meter, and from B to C it is again 100 meter. In this case, distance is again 200 meter, whereas displacement is since displacement depends upon initial and final point. Here the initial point is point A and final point is point C, and just join these 2 points. This is going to give you the displacement. Displacement in this case is this distance from A to C. Therefore here displacement varies as the direction changes. Therefore we can say that displacement depends on direction. Next point is distance can never be negative, whereas displacement can be negative. Let's say that object starts from moving from point A, reaches to point B, and let this be 200 meter, and again from point B it reverts back in this direction and reaches to point C, and let this be 300 meter. Now the total distance in this case traveled by the object is 200 this distance and 300 this distance. Total it is 500 meters. And displacement is, since displacement is a vector quantity, therefore since object moves in this direction, if it is taken as positive, then if it is moving in opposite direction, it is taken as negative. Therefore displacement is given by positive. It is moving in this direction is positive, that means plus 200, and from this point it is moving in backward direction, therefore it is minus 300, and it is minus 100. Therefore from here we can say that displacement can be negative, whereas distance always remains positive. Distance is represented by alphabet D, whereas displacement is represented by alphabet S. Unit of both distance and displacement is meter. That's all in this video. Thank you.